Hey guys, I'm Emily and welcome back to my channel. So today's video, I am doing episode 5 of my Gilmore's Girls Reaction series. I promise I'm going to keep this video under 10 minutes. I'm just going to be watching a few scenes from the episode where Christopher arrives in town. Let's go.
But I can get out early for a special occasion.
Friday it is.
Good.
Good.
Dad!
Nah, I really can't. The river Zen is gone. The river Zen Emily did not exist. Zen Emily cannot exist. Zen Emily cannot coexist with Christopher Hayden. Quick chatter. Basically, Chris is like, oh, where can I stay for a while? Rory's like, stay with us. It breaks my heart to hear how excited Rory is to have him in town, because this is his first time in town. Because you just know how much he's gonna let her down, and you know what? I don't have any like qualms about saying that he lets her down, whether it's accidental, whether it's on purpose. He lets her down, period. And he values his relationship with Lorelai far more than he ever does with his daughter. Let's just put it all out there.
Hey.
You won't even know I'm there. No, we always know you're
Surprise
there.
the Gilmore girls. Are you surprised?
Oh, the teeniest feather could knock me in the gutter.
So where would somebody find some place to stay around here?
Stay? Really? You're staying?
I'm thinking about it.
Stay with us.
Why don't you stay with us for a couple of days?
Thanks, Laura. You won't even know I'm there.
Oh, it hurts my heart.
Hop on.
Christopher.
Oh, Rory, you're so sweet.
He looks good, don't you think?
He looks good.
I like his hair shorter.
Shorter's nice.
Do you think he'll stay long?
Wouldn't bet a lot of money on it.
Maybe we can get him to stay.
I'm
for a
gonna
couple
try and
weeks.
say
Absolutely,
something
but
that
weighing him down with blankets.
I just want him to be comfortable.
Okay, so the thing with Christopher is this. Some people really hate him. I am one of those people. I want to be nuanced, but I just don't like him. But on the other side of the argument, and obviously there's people in between that as well, on the other side of the argument is people who are like, well, before you go blaming Christopher for everything, remember that Lorelai didn't marry him. Remember that Lorelai shut him out. I don't see that. What I see is Lorelai being realistic about it. I don't think she ever shuts him out. She doesn't marry him, yeah, and she probably didn't contact him when she first arrived in Star Hollow, but there would have been a point where she was like, Christopher, you're welcome to be in town. And I really do believe that. I think it was very, very obvious that that was something that she would have been okay with, and I think Christopher would have known that, and I feel like even if Christopher didn't know that, if he cared about Rory, he would have showed up. The thing is, if Lorelai really does keep him out, okay, fine, blame her for that. That isn't the best thing to do. But on the other hand, he knows that Rory exists, so Lorelai can only keep him out as far as he doesn't question her. So maybe Lorelai did keep him out. But then again, Lorelai rejected his marriage proposal. That didn't stop him from rocking up like 5 different times. This is like example 1. Fucking ends this episode with a marriage proposal before driving off when she rejects him. My point is, you can't criticize Lorelai for potentially pushing Chris away from marriage and from keeping his weird daughter when he's always fought for Lorelai as a person, but never for them as a package deal. Okay, the reality is, both sides of this argument, we have to agree they're bad that Christopher is a bad parent. Like, there's no arguing against that, because Christopher proves he's capable of fighting. He just is never willing to fight for Rory. He will fight for Lorelai until the day he dies, or a version of Lorelai until the day he dies. So he's probably over it now. But he'll fight for Lorelai because he thinks that's what his future is, and whatever. But he never puts that effort into Rory. So regardless of whether you think that Lorelai shut him out, or whether you just think that Chris is just really slack, both those things draw the same conclusion, and that is that Chris didn't try not to be a father. He didn't ever try to be a father. He might be hurt. He didn't try to be a father. He might have been rejected by Lorelai 15 times. Still came rushing back, didn't he? He didn't try to be a father. I'm gonna go again and keep going.
Why don't you just enjoy the time you've got, okay?
Yeah, okay.
I still think something's different.
I still think something's different, though.
I have a comment. What was I gonna say? Maybe it'll be different this time. What's that? Have you everyone's heard the quote? Definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and hoping a different result. Everyone, I think one of the most apparent things in the show is that Rory's problems are a manifestation of being abandoned constantly and by Christopher and being rejected by him and only having Lorelai for support. And I'm not saying Laura's a bad parent by any means. Like, she raised her and she did a great job. But Lorelai, there's only so much Lorelai could do to shield her from the harm that Christopher would do to her. And obviously I'm not blaming him like full on, but his actions had an effect on Rory into believing maybe things would be different. It kind of gives me like an impression of why she never broke up with Dean, or why she never broke up with anyone, to be honest. She never broke up with any of them. Logan was the one she was closest to breaking up to, really. Like, that was the one person she kind of cut her ties to in the revival, and now a pregnancy is going to come back up, and who knows if that's going to force her to just go back into that life regardless of the decision she's made. But okay, I'm trying to sort my thoughts. Basically what I'm trying to say is that what Chris does kind of explains how Rory reacts, but it is not just the result of what Chris does. What Chris does is that he gives Rory hope by showing up and then leaving, and then showing up and then leaving, to the point that Rory maybe just has that door never closes entirely, that she has a shadow of a doubt, a shadow of a hope that it will change. This one time it will be different. And I think that's how she feels when it comes to her first boyfriend with Dean. But that one is exasperated by what Lorelai says about Dean, and that's because she likes him. I think he's not I hate the term bad boy, good boy, whatever. Oh, no one else is good boy. But I hate the term bad boy. But, like, Dean is not a bad boy from Lorelai's point of view. He respects the mom. He doesn't say really crude stuff like Jess does. Basically, he's the type of person that Lorelai sees Rory with, and basically, he's a person that Lorelai can accept entering their lives. And she puts that pressure on Rory, and as a result, Rory is unable to even experiment with the idea that maybe things won't be different, maybe it does need to end. I think both parents play a role in how Rory reacts here. That doesn't obviously excuse Rory from her actions. She does do a few dodgy things, but it does give context to her behavior. And yeah.
Is the worst shower I've ever had. Water pressure keeps changing every 2 seconds. I'm fixing it tomorrow.
Hey, you stay away from my shower.
We ordered Chinese food. It should be here in a minute.
Good. I'm starving.
Here.
Hey, how is Diane?
Diane is ancient history.
When I met her at Easter, you said she could be the one.
The one to be gone by Memorial Day.
You're worse than Mom.
Low.
Can't keep a feller
She's a
happy?
great kid.
Oh, I keep them happy. I keep them very happy.
Okay, now, don't get gross.
Yeah, you're upsetting us.
I'm gonna go...
Okay, I'm gonna say that was a compliment, but holy hell, I wish he'd stop idealizing Lorelai. Okay, you want me to be less harsh on Chris? Here's the thing. He would not struggle so much with his love for Lorelai if he stopped idealizing her. He sees her like she could change the world. Like, he... Okay, now, oh my god, now I see how he's similar to Logan. Fuck. It's this... Okay, I'm gonna try and go back a bit. So, Chris has the history of saying, I don't really want this life, but I could live in it type thing. And that, by this life, I'm referring to the life in Hartford, like, full of wealth and easy money and jobs set up for life. But he also, I think, is inspired, or was inspired by what Lorelai did. He's idealized her in the time they don't spend together, and in the process, he's fallen more in love with this idea of Lorelai. To the point where he thinks that if Lorelai was in his life, everything could change for him. And at this point, he's already saying that things have changed for him. He's saying that he started his own business. We find out it's a lie later. But he seems to believe that if he has a relationship with Lorelai, he can really live this life outside the expectations of his family. And that's really similar to Logan in how he views Rory. I think Logan loves Rory. I don't doubt that necessarily, but I do think Logan's love for Rory isn't enough to transcend what he loves about the Huntsberger life. He might resent the schedules and responsibilities and the expectations put on him, but he benefits from it. He can go off and party with the life and death brigade at age 30. He can fucking book out entire hotels and stuff. Like, even his rebellion is so typically Huntsberger that he can't actually ever escape it, and Rory's the only thing that differentiates him from Mitchum, because I think he loves Rory as opposed to how Mitchum treats his mistresses, which we assume he has based on Emily's rant. But the problem is, it's still that question: is it the issue still remains? Is it fair to, I guess, put all your love on one person and then, I guess, resent them for the rest of your life if they take you away from a life that you say you hate but you benefit from on a daily basis? That's where the similarity with Logan and Chris really kind of is highlighted. I was gonna keep watching, but I've already got like 60 minutes footage.
She's a great kid, Laura. I wish I could say I saw more myself in her other than we have similar left earlobes, but she's all you. Chip off the old perfect block.
Why the hell are you here?
Behold the queen of the subtle transition.
Why are you here?
You're gonna force me to lawyer up, officer.
Christopher?
Okay, look, I've been making some changes, especially in my career, and I think I finally got all my ducks lined up in a row.
You're opening a shooting gallery.
I've been tying up the loose ends in my life.
Do they make that much string?
You know, you've always had this verbal thing, quick mind. It's annoying.
So you've been tying up loose ends?
I don't know how much your dad has told you, but I'm
She's
on the
not-
verge of kind of a big success. It's for real this time. I've got a company with actual cash flow. I've got employees. I've got an accountant, for God's sake. He wears a tie and says words like fiduciary unironically. I mean, it's for real this time, Laura.
I would love to believe it is.
Why does your dad have more faith in me than you?
My father hit his head surfing Rincon a couple of years ago. His judgment's a little off.
So you have zero faith.
I've known you since I was 6, Chris. You're that guy who crashed his new Porsche 2 hours after his parents gave it to him for his 16th birthday.
And you were the girl in the Pinky Tuscadero.
Don't you
t-shirt
dare say
sitting
you
right
love
next
her.
to me.
Horrified.
Think again.
All right, having a blast, then horrified.
Just listen to me, will you?
I'm listening to you. Your life is back on track. I think that's great, and I appreciate you coming all the way out here.
Thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed watching. If you like this video, please give a thumbs up and all that stuff. And subscribe to my channel. Please subscribe to my channel. And I'll leave my blog links and all that stuff as usual. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.